Zach Cox here with Dakota Randall at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio, where the Patriots are preparing to take on the Cleveland Browns this afternoon. At the time of this recording, we have yet to see the Patriots inactive list, so we do not know with certainty whether Mac Jones will play or not in this game, but there was a report late last night from NFL Media's Ian Rappaport that Jones is highly unlikely to play today, which means you can expect to see Bailey Zappi make his second consecutive start for the Patriots here today. Also have yet to have any clarity on the status of running back Damien Harris, who reportedly will test out his injured hamstring before the game. Still unsure if he'll be able to go or not. But regardless of either of those things, I don't think the Patriots' game plan changes much in this game. They're going to run the ball. They're going to try to run the ball a lot because the Browns simply have not been able to stop the run at all.
Yeah, I think that's the formula for victory today for the Patriots, and it's really the third straight week where they faced a really bad run defense. We saw it in Green Bay against the Packers. We definitely saw it last week against the Detroit Lions, and you could make the case, I think pretty convincingly, that the Browns have the worst run defense in all of football. They're dead last in a lot of the advanced metrics rankings, and they're just really undersized up front. A lot of their defensive linemen are under 300 pounds. Just should be a matchup where the Patriots offensive line, which has been playing much better over the last few weeks, really should be able to move them around. I'm with you. I expect a huge game for Ramondre Stevenson. We'll see who picks up the slack if Harris doesn't play, whether that's Kevin Harris, who is signed to the 53-man roster this week, or if it's Pierre Strong, who's been inactive for 2 games. But regardless of who's out there, I think, yeah, it's a run-heavy game plan for the Patriots, and it would not shock me if Bailey Zappi barely throws in this game if he indeed does make the start.
Yep, the Browns, you mentioned those advanced metrics, dead last in run defense DVOA, also dead last in expected points added per run for that defense. They've allowed 200-plus rushing yards in each of the last 2 games, and Ramondre Stevenson coming off a game in which he carried the ball 25 times for 161 yards. Bill Belichick really raving about Stevenson this week. Yeah. He said he has as much confidence as you could possibly have in Stevenson's ability to be a true 3-down back. So I think regardless of whether Damien Harris can go or not in this game, you're going to see a lot of Ramondre Stevenson. 2 Patriots players who we know will not play in this game, wide receiver Nelson Agholor, cornerback Jonathan Jones. Both of them did not make the trip to Cleveland. They were ruled out yesterday. 2 pretty prominent players for the Patriots, especially John Jones on defense. He's probably been the Patriots' best overall cover man through 5 games this season, and with him out, it's going to be another large role, you would imagine, for Jack Jones, the rookie who has been really impressive lately. 3 takeaways in the last 2 games. Started in place of Jalen Mills a couple games ago in Detroit, or in Cleveland, or in Green Bay, rather. We're in Cleveland now, so you'd expect another significant role for him, and it'll be interesting to see whether Jalen Mills will be full go in this game. He was removed from the injury report this week, so that would suggest that he's shaken that hamstring injury that has kind of hindered him for the last couple of weeks. But he was a guy, he missed a game a couple of weeks ago, hasn't been able to play a full workload in a couple other ones. So if he's not able to be a 100% snap player in this game, maybe you see someone like Shaun Wade get a couple snaps in there at cornerback. It could test the Patriots' cornerback depth a little bit more than they have so far this season.
Yeah, and I think if there's one thing going into this game that might make you a little bit more nervous about the Patriots, it is John Jones being out, because I got to believe the Patriots will have a plan for David Njoku, who's really been probably the most consistently dangerous passing game threat this season.
Breakout season for him.
Yeah, he's been really good, and historically the Patriots have really done well against Amari Cooper, but with John Jones out, you wonder, is that a matchup that if Jack Jones gets the assignment, or even Jalen Mills, if that's one that they're equipped to win? It's tough to say. I think Amari Cooper might be a little overrated, and again, the Patriots have had success against him in the past, but when you're out without your top cornerback, you do have to look at that a little bit differently. So we'll see. But I think, again, the Browns on the other side too, they're missing some players. Edge rusher Jadeveon Clowney won't be in this game. Cornerback Denzel Ward, Deion Jones, who they just acquired, won't be out there either because he's still on IR. So both teams really, dealing with some injuries in this game. But I agree. I think Jonathan Jones not being out could be a big loss for the Patriots, and we'll have to see if Shaun Wade gets more playing time. But I'm with you. I expect another busy game for Jack Jones. And also, the Browns love throwing out routes. Yeah. We'll see if they do that in this game. Obviously, Jack Jones has now kind of challenged everybody to throw out routes on him, so we'll see what happens in this one.
Yeah, Jack Jones said it. He feels it's disrespectful if quarterbacks throw out routes against him, so we'll definitely see if he's tested on any of those today. And then the Nelson Agholor injury that I mentioned, probably seeing a larger role for Tyquan Thornton with him out. Thornton played 25 snaps last week in his NFL debut. Most of those came after Agholor left the game. Only had 2 catches for 7 yards, so not a particularly productive debut. Going to be looking to see if he can be a little bit more involved in the passing game today.
One note on that, though, I do think is interesting is little Jordan Humphrey was elevated from the practice squad, and with the Patriots planning to probably looking to run the ball a lot in this game, I do wonder if how much Tyquan Thornton ultimately will factor in if they want to put little Jordan Humphrey out there for blocking purposes. I think Tyquan Thornton is a willing blocker. He showed that in college too, but again, this is a smaller guy, a leaner guy coming off of an injury. It wouldn't surprise me if they wanted to put him on a pitch count so he doesn't get out there in a lot of blocking situations, but we'll see.
Yep. Still don't know also whether Jonnu Smith, Patriots tight end who missed last week's game, is going to play today. He is listed as questionable. This honestly could be a game that's over in about an hour 45 minutes and it finishes 13-10 because both of these teams I think are going to want to run the ball a lot. We haven't really talked about the Browns running game a lot, but they are one of the best rushing attacks in the NFL because they have one of the best running backs in the NFL in Nick Chubb and one of the best offensive lines in the NFL. And the Patriots, even though they showed improvement in the run defense last week against Detroit, they still enter this game 31st in the league, run defense DVOA. Bill Belichick called it inconsistent this week, and really the key to victory in this game is going to be slowing down Nick Chubb. If Nick Chubb goes for 180 yards in this game, you could see Cleveland coming out here and beating the Patriots, even though they do have Jacoby Brissett at quarterback and they're missing some key pieces on defense, as you mentioned. So that's got to be the number one priority in this game. Just stop Nick Chubb, slow him down however you can defensively.
Yeah, and I think, for that reason, the potential return of Lawrence Guy could be a really big deal. Christian Barmore is questionable for this game with a knee injury. We'll have to see there too. But yeah, the Patriots need everybody that they can get on the front seven to stop Nick Chubb because, again, you could probably make a pretty easy case that he's the best running back in football right now. I don't think he played in the game last year.
He
was hurt, but the previous game, the only other time he played against the Patriots, I think he went off. I think it was the Josh Gordon game. He might have gone off for like 100-something yards or whatever. But he's excellent. Kareem Hunt is a really good running back too, and so the Patriots have their handful. And like you mentioned, if there's a recipe for the Browns to pull off this win, it's really dominate on the running game. Get the game on their terms. And the Patriots have struggled against the run this season, so we'll see if they get it corrected this week.
Yep. Nick Chubb did not play in that game last year. Patriots won that game 45-7. They will be looking for a similar result when they kick off here at 1 p.m.